Hello, kids. Welcome. Today, we're going to talk about biography. What is a biography? A biography is a detailed description of a person's life. It involves the basic facts of a person, such as date and place of birth, any date if applicable, education, work experience, and major achievements. A biography presents a life story highlighting various aspects of his and her life. Usually, these are non-fiction, that is, they are real. In biographies, characters usually have a great impact on society, like, for example, the ones we mentioned of Princess Diana, Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela, and many others. Throughout a biography, you witness the person's struggles and successes in life. So basically, biographies are about real people, written by other individuals. Whenever you read a biography, you are like reading a story. You can write a biography on anyone you know well. For example, let's start with one of the most famous brave footballers, Neymar. Born on 5th February 1992 in Sao Paulo, Brazil, Neymar drew attention for his impressive football abilities at an early stage in life. He emerged as a star for Santos FC as a teenager, winning four straight Player of the Year awards, while becoming one of Brazil's most popular public figures. Neymar made the leap to Europe to join Barcelona FC for the start of the 2013-2014 season, and became a fixture for a club that claimed numerous domestic and international titles. After leading the Brazilian men to their first Olympic gold medal in 2016, the star, that is Neymar, forward transferred to France's Paris Saint-Germain the following year. With 61 goals in 101 matches for Brazil since debuting at an age 18, Neymar is the third highest goal scorer for his national team, trailing only Pelé and Ronaldo. He was a key player in Brazil's victories at the 2011 South American Youth Championship, where he finished as leading goal scorer, and the 2013 FIFA Confederations Cup, where he won the Golden Ball as player of the tournament. His participation in the 2014 FIFA World Cup and 2015 Copa America was cut short by injury and a suspension respectively, but the following year he captained Brazil to their first Olympic gold medal in men's football at the 2016 Summer Olympics, and 2 years later featured at the 2018 FIFA World Cup. Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa was born on 26 August 1910 in Skopje, the current capital of the Republic of Macedonia. The following day, she was baptized as an Agnes. Mother Teresa's parents, Nicola and Janafil, were of Albanian descent. Her father worked as a construction contractor and a trader of medicines and other goods. They were a devoutly Catholic family, and Nicola was deeply involved in the local church, as well as in city politics, as a vocal proponent of Albanian independence. Agnes attended a convent-run primary school and then a state-run secondary school. As a girl, she sang in the local Sacred Heart choir and was often asked to sing solos. On 10 September 1946, Mother Teresa was riding in a train from Calcutta to the Himalayan foothills when she said Christ spoke to her and told her to abandon teaching, to work in the slums of Calcutta, aiding the city's poorest and sickest people. After 6 months of basic medical training, she voyaged for the first time into Calcutta slums, with no more specific a goal than to aid the unwanted, the unloved, and the uncared for. Nelson Mandela. Mandela was born into the Madiba clan in the village of Mvezego in the Eastern Cape on 18th July 1918. In 1930, when he was only 12 years old, his father died. Nelson Mandela was a civil rights leader in South Africa. He fought against a system where non-white citizens were segregated from whites and did not have equal rights. He served a good portion of his life in prison for his protests, but became a symbol for his people. Later, he would become President of South Africa. Nelson Mandela was born on 18th July 1918 in South Africa. His birth name is Rolihlahla. He got the nickname Nelson from a teacher in school. Nelson Mandela was a member of a Timbu royalty, and his father was chief of the city of Mvezo. He attended school and later college at the College of Fort Hare and the University of Witwatersrand. Nelson Mandela became a leader in the African National Congress. At first, he pushed hard for the Congress and the protesters to follow Mohandas Gandhi's nonviolence approach. At one point, he started to doubt that this approach would work and started up an armed branch of the ANC. He planned to bomb certain buildings, but only the buildings. He wanted to make sure that no one would be hurt. He was classified as a terrorist by the South African government and sent again to prison. King inspires a large crowd with one of his many speeches. Raised in a family of preachers, he is considered one of the greatest speakers in US history. He received the Nobel Prize for Peace in Norway on 10th December 1964. A crowd of mourners followed the casket of King through the streets of Georgia after his assassination in 4th April 1968. He was shot on the balcony and he was confirmed dead. Amy Johnson. Amy Johnson was born in 1903, the very early days of aviation. By the time she was 26, she had not only got her pilot license, but an engineer's license too. Just 2 years later, in 1930, she undertook an enormous journey, a solo flight from the UK, all the way to Australia. It was the first time that a woman had made a solo flight of that length. It took her 19 days. At the end of her journey, she was exhausted, sick from the fumes of petrol, and burned and blistered from the sun. But she'd done it. It was an incredible achievement, and even to this day, no other woman had made the journey solo. Her adventures didn't stop there. In the Second World War, Amy joined the Air Transport Auxiliary, whose job was to transport RAF aircraft around the country. Sadly, she went missing after her plane crashed in the Thames when she was only 37. Now it's your turn. You need to think of a person you admire. It can be anyone you want. Like, for example, it can be a footballer, musician, player, chef, doctor, teacher, nurse, a leader, anyone you wish. You need to search some information about him or her. Make a list of ideas on what you know and what you found out about him or her. Take some photos and maybe also some things that have to do with him or her. Design a poster and write a biography of about 120 words. I hoped this helped. Thanks a lot and good luck.